At the beginning of our winter retreat, we all had a, I don't know, short, maybe 20-minute interview with Venerable Children to start the retreat off. So I talked to her, and at the end of the session, I said, is there anything, you'd like for me to work on? And she said, enjoy what you're doing. And I said, that's it? She said, yeah, start with that. Enjoy what you're doing. Oh, well, okay, that's kind of simple advice. But it has been a profound practice. Enjoy what you're doing. It sounds quite simple. But what I've been learning over the last, 4 months of really using that as the teacher's guidance is how it brings presence back to the moment. To be able to really practice enjoying what I'm doing means I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. And so it is cultivating mindfulness in a way that my wish to cultivate mindfulness hasn't. But enjoy what you're doing. Well, I have to bring my attention. If I'm washing dishes and I'm just like trying to get it done because we have a stand-up meeting in 15 minutes, if I can catch myself and say, oh, enjoy what you're doing, then I have to bring my attention back to the dish, the water, what my hands are doing. This opens up the opportunity to apply the mind training idea. Oh, I'm using this sponge of wisdom to obliterate the defilements on the mind of myself, and my own defiled mind is this bowl. And so just this simple thing, enjoy what you're doing, opens up this whole possibility for cultivating mindfulness, cultivating introspective awareness, asking myself, where is my mind right now? And then really allowing myself to make a simple action of making tea or washing the dishes or going down the stairs, then becomes a whole Dharma practice. Simply with these 4 little words, enjoy what you're doing. It's very, very helpful. So if I check my mind throughout the day, the other thing I can do is check, are you enjoying what you're doing? If you are, that's very nice. Now rejoice and dedicate it. If I'm not, then what do I need to do in order to be able to enjoy what I'm doing? So sometimes it is just bringing attention. It's like, oh, I'm doing this kind of mindlessly and automatically. Sometimes it takes more than that. Sometimes it requires resetting my motivation. Why am I even doing this task right here? Sometimes I find if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing and I check back and I'm doing a task that isn't so comfortable, it's not a task I should be doing anyway. I'm sort of wasting time. Oh, well, that's a good thing to be aware of. And then sometimes I can simply then change my motivation and make it something quite more enjoyable, even though it's the same sort of boring data entry sort of thing. That's where I tend to get lost when, creating mailing lists and stuff like that. Sometimes I can ask the question, are you enjoying what you're doing? I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, and my mind is full of a cranky affliction or some other affliction. Then I have the opportunity to apply the antidote. But I'm impressed with how many doors are opened by simply trying to hold in mind, enjoy what you're doing. And so we have this verse in the 37 practices of Bodhisattvas that we chant quite regularly. In brief, whatever you are doing, ask yourself, what's the state of my mind? With constant mindfulness and mental alertness, accomplish others' good. So that's 4 rather long lines. Enjoy what you're doing. A really great shortcut to really be able to practice that line. And Lama Yeshe has an oft-quoted statement that I could not find, but it goes something like, if you're practicing purification, if your mind is happy, if you can keep your mind in a wholesome state of mind, then that is good enough. That right there is good enough. And so Venerable Children's seemingly very simple advice to spend the retreat to enjoy what you're doing has become really quite a powerful practice in cultivating mindfulness, cultivating introspective alertness, and practicing to keep a happy, joyous mind, and really then being able to be conscious about practicing virtue and dedicating it for the benefit of all living beings. So it's a simple tip. Pass it on.